All right, what's going on, everybody? It is Thursday, uh, February 9th, 2023. Had to make a quick edit to the streaming service that we were using for the day. So, apologies for starting a few minutes late. All right, let's go ahead and get the charts up here. Today we have the jobless claims. So I'm going to pull that up real fast. All right, so here are our initial jobless claims and continuous jobless claims. So this went up by 6,000. So our jobless claims are going up while employment went down tiny bit. While our continuous jobless claims are going up. You can see previous was 1.65 million. Our current was 1.69 million for our continuing. Our previous was 183 for initial and 196 for our actual, and our forecast was 190. So definitely going in the wrong direction in terms of jobless claims, while at the same time unemployment down slightly on one of the previous reports, and they market that a lot. Williams says Fed needs to keep interest rates high for a few years to kill off inflation. Yeah, you think? I mean, that was obvious. When they approved the stimulus package, they basically should have said that this is going to cause massive amounts of inflation. Your $1,400 will cost you $16,000. But no one said nothing. So, and that's just kind of the way these things work. Just going to jump to our group real fast. So, just updating the Discord community with the current. Let's go ahead and jump into the charts. All right, so I'm already up $525 on the day because I did trade a little bit overnight. Just couldn't sleep around like 3 o'clock in the morning, so I just did a little bit of trading. And it's been really sideways for a lot of the day. This was with the area that I was trading last night. It's funny, like after a while, you almost just like recognize what the chart looked like when you were trading. We have a lot of dropping down on the day. We are in the 5200 cross on the downside, which started to take place around 6:45 in the morning. I'll take a quick short right here. All right, we got that short. Okay, so a couple things I see. Number one, it does look like we do have the opportunity for a move upward for a retest of the VWAP. Possible cross over here. I took a very quick short, it worked out, and then now we're going towards the upward direction. It does look like we're heading pretty quickly, actually. We have a lot of volume towards the upside. 3.4, sorry, I should say a lot of volume, not necessarily towards the upside. 3.4 to 2.5 to 1.8 or so. We did get long in this, and this is like this pulled back pretty heavily off this. Our entry was at 48.75. Looks like it may reject this cyan switch here. I hope we don't get another repeat of yesterday. Yesterday was probably the worst trading I have done in a very long time. I'm not looking to repeat that. pulled back very heavily, very quickly. 1.7 to 1.3. I don't know if I can trust the patterns yet today. We are in bearish form. We basically just gave back all of the profit that we made overnight just now. Minus our 150 that we just made off that tiny short. Went from 2.5 to 1.8 to 1.4. So the TTM is kind of slowing down some. A lot of sell pressure. .4 to 0.7. Getting closer to a cyan switch. I think we need the cyan switch in order for this trade to work out, number one. Number two, that was a lot of pullback there that I just wasn't expecting to hit that heavy. I have to be super cautious in my evaluation today after yesterday. Yesterday was by far, like, I couldn't believe it. I gave back basically everything that I worked for over the last 2 to 3 weeks. And quite the challenge here. So this trade has almost worked out. Okay, that's off the table now. We're getting a nice spike up there. Watch out for resistance at 50. A lot of volatility, a lot of price action today. Turn the bid here. Let's go to 49. Alright, we did get that on the 50K account. We're up 65.84 on the day. We lost pretty heavily yesterday, so which sucks because that was our basically our other account. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, Tiny. Like it just like they only give you so many hours of the free streaming plans, and they don't like the one that I normally use that provides the higher quality. Oh, is the music loud? It felt kind of loud and it was weird because like it's at its normal level. Oh, that's so much better. Thank you for saying that. I thought it was just like I felt like I was just like screaming. It's weird too because it's normal level. But the weird part is about the link thing is it really kind of frustrates me. But like the streaming service that we normally use, the one that provides the higher quality camera and all that, they only give me so many hours to use it every month. But they don't reset it on a month by month basis. They seem to set it on like a daily basis. So it's almost like a rolling month or something like that fall off. And they don't tell me how many hours I have available. So I'll go through and I'll set up everything. And then when I hit go live, then it tells me, and it's like, you need to pay us if you want to keep using our service. And so I'm like, what the heck? And it just would have told me ahead of time, so I wouldn't do that where I would actually send the wrong link out. It's very frustrating. So then I switch over to StreamYard, which does actually tell me what's what. But so yesterday I was just saying was one of the worst trading days that I've had pretty much in a year, and I'm going to be looking to perform better today in 49.75. Looking to get out of 50.50. Hands over the cover button. There's a lot of today is very volatile. Come on. Tap my sell order there. I'm just going to put this one tick up. Though I just want out of this.
Order filled.
All right, I'm out. In 81.68 on the day. Just insane amount of volatility today. Did just get a crossover, getting a cyan switch. I do think that we're going to get a nice big rip up here shortly. Paper real fast, and I'm gonna take a swing here towards the 200 moving average. I don't know if I could get this in time. And I'm gonna put this at like 12 ticks, and I'm just gonna join the bid wherever I'm at. It's just moving on past me. I'm just gonna buy the market. And then here on the eval side, I'm going to join the bid here.
Order filled.
In way too high at 52 and 52.50, but I'm just looking to get 3 ticks. I'm looking to get out of 53, which it did touch, but did not fill because I think it touched it before I was actually in it. So taking too long, should have ripped immediately. Now we're getting a pullback. Ooh. Ooh.
Order filled.
I had to cut that. That sucks. That puts us down 227 on the day. Trailing max at 31 bucks. I can't trade anymore in this account today. It's far too volatile right now. So I cannot do that at all. This account doesn't have much available to it. It's far too volatile right now. The price action is just crazy fast. This is like how fast it is when Jay Powell speaks. 3,200 to 7,400. It's amazing how fast the price action is because the volume is not like ridiculous crazy. So this amount of price action is just like seems too intense for the amount of volume here. It kind of rejected that rip though. I'm on the 3-minute chart, and it is telling us a possible 1226 crossover, 7.0 to 6.4 or so on the 3-minute TTM. The price action is just like way too fast right now. And I like that if I happen to be in the trade and it's going up, but right now it's like it's bouncing. Like, look how much this is bouncing around. It's like that's just a little too much for me. Joining the bid here.
Order
in
filled.
At 49. We're gonna get out at 49.75 on our 100K account. Need buyers to step in right now. Hands over the cover button. I'm ready to kill this trade if I have to. Ended on a doji.
Order filled.
I'm out. We just failed the 100K. That sucks. I can't believe. And here's the rip. Son of a bitch. I'm so shocked because yesterday we were up $1,200 in our 100K. Today we failed. That's how fast this stuff can go against you, and that's kind of the world of trading. It's easy come, easy go, and you have to be okay with that. I cannot believe we failed that 100K, especially because we were so close. Gratefully, on Monday we'll have a new evaluation, so it's not like a big deal. But it was that's the furthest I think I got in the 100K eval. I was about $800 away from earning that funding, and I traded too aggressively on yesterday's very bullish or very bearish action. Today looks like I don't really want to make a repeat of yesterday. I only have $31 available in my 50K account on my trailing. So whatever trade happens next needs to be perfect. And it likely needs to be like, I don't know, just like going for like one tick. Speaking of which, I'm going to jump over to the 50K. I'm going to drop down to one contract.
Order filled. Order filled.
Okay. So now our trailing's at 64. Just going to be trading one contract to attempt to pull this trailing back up. Watch out for resistance there on the 50 the 50 moving average. Tried to join the bid on 50. It's at me a couple times, but didn't fill.
Order filled.
Joined the bid right there at 50. We're in one contract. I'm looking for 50.75. Getting kind of a doji on this.
Order filled.
All right, we got that. Trailing max is now at 97. This is looking a bit stronger. Still getting resistance there at 50 off that 50 moving average. 50 on the 50. Yeah, I think I did the best on this set of evaluations that I've ever done. I got really close on that 100K account. And I saved my account several times from over trading through a lot of the volatility. It's just that yesterday I just took too heavy of a loss yesterday for me to really recover from it. So I'm going to check this on the 3-minute chart real fast. We're still approaching a 1226 crossover. The momentum is 6.3 to 5.6 to 5.2, 5.4. So this is pulling back more, like pretty heavily right here. Pulling back to 49. Now 48.50. This trade, by the way, is like I was way too overzealous. I think I entered this over here on this candle, but 5.6 to 5.2. Next candle is going to be right at 8, which is in about 15 seconds. So we may look for a surge here at 8 o'clock.
Order
With
filled.
a bid off 50.75.
Order filled.
Dang. I cut that. Wow, I cut that like $18 before the cancel, like before we got kicked out. So man, that sucks, man. That again puts us right in a very, like, a lot of jeopardy. 5.6 to 4.9 to 4.5. I don't have a lot of doubt that this is not going to break, but damn it if this is not a lot of resistance there at 50. Holy moly. Like, that is so much resistance there. And I don't know, man. That's pretty intense. How much that pulled back there. It is moving like really fast today, which is kind of weird because like the volume is low, or at least just average, but the price action is really fast today. A lot of volatility. Challenging day so far. This breakout failed, so I'm gonna cut this and I'm just gonna reassess. Down 112.50 on the day in the paper account. Not doing particularly well this week. Try to take a short there. It didn't fill me.
Order filled. Order filled.
Okay, so we took a... Oh, okay, that failed us. Okay, so we failed the 50, and we failed the 100K today. Yikes. Is what it is. I just think we took too heavy a loss yesterday. It's too bad too, because I mean, look, you can see this, like, that did play out. But we just took too heavy of a loss yesterday to really recover from. Pretty crazy. If y'all chilling, y'all hanging out, make sure you like, subscribe, and ring that bell for notifications. We're just 2 subscribers away from hitting 300, and we do have an awesome Discord community for our members as well. So yeah, if y'all would like to join in on that, we would love to have you there. So that short definitely would have worked out. It just, like I said, I just think that I was too close to the edge. So if we go to this quarter, I can show you. This is the results of this current 50K account that we just traded in. So we took a total of 58 trades, and we had 46 wins, 12 losses. So there's our losses there. There's our wins there. On the win side, our total profit was 4,500. And the loss side, our total loss was 4,400. Is that right? Yeah, 4,400. So we had an accuracy of 79.3% winners and 20.69% losers. So 80% wins, 20% losses. The thing that kind of screwed the account really badly was we took this one loss here on a false break that ended up being $1,000 loss. I remember that it ripped right after we cut that. I was like, yeah, I can't, take that. I can't hold that loss that long. And it plummeted down. I cut it. It filled it at the very bottom, and then immediately ripped right back up. And so kind of pretty painful when stuff like that happens. You can see that for the most part, for the vast majority of what we trade, we're very accurate. I think that we definitely could. I think that we have to get really good at keeping our losses smaller. I think one of the problems that I personally have is that I'll get my loss, I will see it essentially like pull back for like, what am I trying to say? How do I put this? I'll take an entry that looks like it's about to rip, and then it will pull back a lot of the time, maybe for like 2 to 3 candles. Sometimes it'll pull back like $2, which is a lot. It's like 8 ticks. And then at that point, then we'll get that bounce. And I think that what I need to work on is a lot of my timing of that bounce. It's a lot of that timing of the entries. And that's what we've been talking about this last probably 6 weeks, is that I really need to be working on my timing, my entry timing. So this is in my 50K account. It was 80-20 as the results. If we jump to the 100K account, and we go to this quarter. So on our 100K account, we took 62 trades. We had 51 winners and 11 losers. So pretty similar numbers. We had 82 and 77 as the result for our total win ratio. So again, close to that 80-20, sort of the Pareto principle. For me, I had actually gotten really close to this one. I was up, you can see right here. We essentially grinded this thing all the way up, and then we basically had this one. We didn't really have any losing days. We had no losses all the way up until this day. We had a tiny loss, but then we took some pretty hefty losses back to back. So we really didn't take any losses up until about this $400 loss here. This was the beginning of the day before yesterday. We pretty much opened up with this loss. I think we ended up making this money back. And then after we did, we took another loss of 425. And then I eventually on oh no, sorry, this was the loss that we opened up with yesterday. And then yesterday, basically, I just grinded this thing down super fast. With all the super bearish activity from yesterday, it was just really challenging to make that work out. So we're getting a nice bounce here. So it's been a pretty challenging week for me. A lot of the price action, the volatility you can see is beginning to kind of slow down, which means that we're likely to start getting some more predictable price movement. I don't see this just going like crazy like right now. It's almost 12,000 contracts. You can see that the bears are working very hard to stay in control. I'm just short off this. And I'm going to reduce this down to 3. Guess it was a long. Cutting that. So the bears are working really hard, working kind of overtime to stay in control. In the bid here. In at 43.50. I'm looking to get out of 44.25. So just looking for a move up to 45. Which would be right there at that EMA 35. Moving on the TTM, looking like 4.8 to 4.5. So some slight movement there. Tiny, you can actually just do unlimited trials. Just use a different email address. And that's all you got to do. But yeah, if y'all chilling, y'all hanging out, make sure you like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. We are very close to hitting 300 subscribers. I think we're at 298, 299 actually. We're 1 subscriber away. So make sure y'all like, subscribe, and let's run those numbers up and help the community out. Which, by the way, if you don't know, we have an awesome Discord community. The Discord community is called Optimistic Futures, and it is right here. Awesome community here. We got some great people like Kendall. We've got Tiny, as you see there in the chat. We've got some other people that are also really cool here. We got DG, we got Edart. All these people are awesome inside of our community. They offer a lot of value a lot of the time to the community, we talk about everything from trades to entrepreneurship to philosophy, etc. Gonna cut this trade. Didn't end up going south, going to the downside. Was super close, by the way, to actually filling that up there at the top, like on my sell order. So that was like a loss, like 75. But also too, like if you're trying to earn funding in the futures market, it's not easy. I'm going to tell you that right now. It's not an easy thing. But if you are looking to earn funding in the futures market, you guys can check out Elite Trader Funding. I'll pull it up here on the screen. You can check out Elite Trader Funding, and we do have a link in the description and a promo code JSBEST that you guys can use to lock in a lifetime discount. But you can earn funding as low as 10K and as high as $300,000. So you literally can trade with the equity of an entire house. The one I'm currently working on, or the one that I just failed today, and will be restarting next week, is the 50K evaluation. That allows me 8 contracts in the mini, profit target of 3,000, and a drawdown of 2,000. I'm also working on the 100K static evaluation. We got really close to hitting this time. We were at 1,200 out of 2,000, so we were only about $800 away. But this allows me 2 contracts in the mini, and there is a lifetime discount on all of these plans that you see here. Just make sure that you click the See More Details link right here. This will tell you how the plan works, how to qualify, what the trailing drawdown looks like if you have one. There's also static drawdown available, which a lot of people prefer because it's very simplified. So you guys can check them out. Also, now I cannot necessarily. I've been using Elite Trader Funding for a long time. So I've been using Elite Trader Funding since June. And what I've known from them is that they have amazing customer service. They allow me to choose my software. They're very straightforward in how all of this stuff works, which is very, very cool of them. They do work with NinjaTrader, which in my opinion is one of the most complicated trading softwares out there. They also allow you to work with Tradeovate, which was what you saw me trading in, and TradingView as well, which is really cool. They also support anything in the Rhythmic network as well. But you can basically choose your software with them, which I really like. And they do provide license keys to a lot of these things as well, which is worth like thousands of dollars. But there is another program out there that I'm also trying out. It is called Apex Trader. Apex Trader Funding. 20% off deal with the link in the description. It's down there at the bottom, which I'll go ahead and throw up on the screen. With Apex Trader Funding, though, you only get the option of working with NinjaTrader. There are other softwares that you can use with it, but you have to pay for those yourself. So for what they cover, NinjaTrader is the only thing that they offer. And as far as their customer service goes, I'm gonna rate them as so. So that's just something. What would the discount be on the 10 grand one? I think that the discount is currently 25%. So if we go 80 times 0.75, so it would bring it down to $60, I think, on the 10K one. As far as Apex is concerned, I'll drop their link here. I'm currently testing these guys out right now. You guys are welcome to join the journey with me with Apex. I am just testing these guys right now. From my viewpoint, given that I used to be a digital entrepreneur, digital marketer, I used to help people build websites and do their campaigns, their marketing, and all this stuff. The very first thing that I notice when I come to this website is it has a very messy and very web 1.0 layout, or possibly like web 1.5. So they have a very, very old style of design, and to me that really does communicate a lot. So to me, like when I look at that, it communicates that they're not as in touch or in tune with modern day practices. And so that kind of stuff does send up red flags for me. Like I said, as far as their yeah, the lifetime discount, that's my jam. Um, like I said, I have had a few interactions with their customer service. I would rate it a 3 out of 5. So that's where I'm at with them. Elite Trader Funding is a 5 out of 5 on the customer service. So Elite Trader Funding also has a Discord community that is very active. Apex has none of that. You have to go on Facebook in order to engage with their community, and that is very challenging. It doesn't happen in real time. It doesn't feel modern. It doesn't feel supportive in that regard. So in my own personal opinion, if you go with Apex, you're kind of on your own when it comes down to it. So if you're comfortable with using NinjaTrader, or if you're comfortable learning how to use NinjaTrader, you're comfortable doing a lot of the stuff on your own or working within our community, our Discord community, um, then then by all means, you're welcome to check out Apex Trader with me. It is an 80% off lifetime discount with them, which is really awesome in terms of the price action with it. Like I said, customer service wise, I give them a 3 out of 5. Web design and ease of use in terms of navigating their site and stuff like that, I give them a 2 out of 5. And as far as software goes, NinjaTrader is very, very complicated to me. It's overcomplicated in my own personal opinion, but the price is right. And so you're welcome to check them out. I didn't mean to talk for so long about this, but I think it warrants conversation to sort of evaluate the differences between these companies, especially because on paper, Apex looks better. Apex does give you larger payouts. They allow you to withdraw twice per month, which is cool. But uh, but I think customer service goes a really long way, and the ability to connect with a community goes a really long way in providing a higher quality consumer experience. So I wanted to give you my real review. I'll take the time to actually make a review video sometime in the future, probably in March, I think, on that. But I've still got to get that thing going. I've had it for almost a month, and I still have not taken a single trade in it, just because I can only like learn so much about NinjaTrader in a day or two, set up much, and then to it. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna jump back into the chart and see how things are going. We're continuing to push downward. Took a quick short there. Down 225 on the day. I tried to go short again, but it looks like it worked out, but it really, that was a really poor fill. So not my fault on that one. Uh, Especially because I I did market orders on both, and it worked out, but it really filled me late and sold me late on both of them. Pulling back now to 33.75. Pullback looking like 2.4 to almost 3.0 on the TTM. 2.9 to 3.4. I'm gonna actually join the bid here. Looking for a tiny little pop up. Nah, it still has the downward momentum. I thought it was gonna flatten a little bit and then give us a little pop and then continue to drop, but just gonna take that off. Down 187.50 on the day. $2.9 to 3.6. $2.9 to 3.4 to 4.1. You can see a doji down there at the bottom, kind of leveling off a little bit. Just a quick trade up on that little bounce there. Up 70 or down 75 on the day. 3.48 to 4.0 on the TTM1. Six red candles in a row. $4.0 to 4.5. That candle ended green. Join the bid long on 34.75. Pulling back heavy. Gonna cut that. If it'll ever let me out. All right. Kind of a challenging day again. Just a challenging week overall. A crazy week this week. I may go ahead and shut it down here. Not a lot of trading that fits my edge right now. There is a little pop. I'm just gonna put this up right here on the screen. This is switching from 4.9 to 4.7, so that does have at least a little bit of momentum. Just at 6, and join the bid there. Entered me at 35.50. Sometimes the entries don't seem to make a whole lot of sense, especially when they're like standing like above whatever it is, and then it is pulling back, but then it fills me. It's kind of odd. I'm just looking for a move up to 37, which is where this one peaked at. 4.9 to 4.9 on the TTM. I basically took this trade because it was a red yellow move. This is 4.9 to 4.9 to 4.9. So I think we have a decent amount of confidence in this trade. Obviously, I could have got in at like 34.5 or so. It could just go against us. Obviously, it's going against us right now, but the TTM is flat at the moment, and that does mean a lot. That does usually have pretty strong indication of upward momentum. And then we have room up to 40. We dojied up there though. I'm gonna move this up to 38. 4.7 to 4.4. Now 4.5. I want this to go down to like maybe 4.3 or something by the time the candle closes. These are some of our awesome members that you see popping up in the Discord chat there on the right, inside of our amazing Discord community. Our Discord community, I think, is one of the best out there, because frankly, I just think that we have a lot of people there that are there for each other, there for the optimism. It's a real community designed to help people grow, and as people and as traders. So I think there's a lot of value in that personally. I think really it's about the community really. 4.7 to 4.6 to 4.3 and 4 area. This trade is now looking less favorable. Pretty much because this one ended lower than I expected it to. So because the TTM eventually ended lower, I probably should have just taken the profit that was there, the little 75 bucks. This one here, I think this candle needs to hit 4.0 on the TTM in order for me to still continue to believe in this trade. Right now, it's going down to 4.5. We only have 10 seconds. So that would mean that we would need to see a lot of buyers step in right here. So we have a possible crossover that ended red, but that's okay. 4.46 to 4.29 to now 3.8. Okay, so now it's looking a lot more favorable on the momentum side of the TTM. That doesn't account for necessarily what is happening on the chart right now, which actually, if you look at this, now it's 4.29 to 4.15. Significantly less favorable now, midway through the candle. We have 20 seconds left in this candle. We're going from 4.29 to 4.2 at the current moment. So that one ended from 4.29 to 4.1. Now we're opening again at 3.8. That's weird that we would open two candles in a row at 3.8 on the TTM. This one's obviously ended much lower at 4.1. And this one's at 3.9. I think this one needs to now go to probably 3.7 or lower again for this trade to be relevant. I haven't cut this yet, basically because we're still continuing to stack on the TTM, but the stack is super slow and super low. And so the lower it gets, the less confident I have in, when I say lower, I mean like the distance between the measurement between the two. So this one is 4.2 or 4.109 to 3.857 to now 3.4. So now, like, that additional 0.4 really matters. This candle, I think, needs to now close below 3.4. Probably needs to close at 3 or higher, or 3 or lower, I should say, so that we're getting closer to a cyan switch. In which case, we would have room up to probably this green 50 EMA. But right now, I'm just looking to get out below the 35. The 35 is there at $39, and we're looking to get out at $38. 3.8 to 3.2, so that looks much better because we're moving more than a half a point. We've got 5 seconds left in this candle. We'll see where it closes because sometimes it can just flash at the very end. So 3.85 3.57 to 3.49 or 459 to now 3.0. Moving a half a point up on the TTM, regardless of the pullback on the chart. I could just be putting too much faith in the TTM today. But also too, if you look at this one here, like this one ended up failing as well before getting the cyan switch. And this one had some relatively decent price movement or momentum movement as well. So this could fail. We definitely have resistance there at 36. 3.4 to 3.0 to now 2.6. But it should have really ripped up by this point. And so because of that, I may put my order down lower. Okay, so starting to rip up. It's got to rip past 36 though. Like it has to really just like rip into 37s with some gusto. Moving from 3.0 to 2.6 on the TTM. Look at all these down wicks though, man. Look at that. Downward pressure. Downward pressure. Downward pressure on this current candle. Like just so like very, very large wicks. Yeah, I'm gonna reduce this down to a single tick. So one thing I've kind of identified about myself, I'm a bull, not a bear. That doesn't mean I don't ever take shorts, but it's kind of rare that I do. I recognize probably 90% of my trades are long, maybe even higher. So I recognize that I'm a bull, not a bear. I think that self-awareness really matters, including in trading. And so I think what I also need to be aware of is that on days where it is, oh my gosh, you gotta be kidding me. I should just be done for the week, man. What a week. Yeah, I think that I just need to like recognize that like, and there's our trade. That was literally the I cut it honestly because of this. And how many people do you think did the same thing? Craziness. Absolute craziness. So we're in again at 36 long. We were in a 35.50 that I literally could have just held through this. And then I tried to go short here, which just costed us extra money. I don't know. I think I'm a bull. Like I know I'm a bull at heart. And I think that can get me in trouble. A lot of the time, because a lot of the time, like it is the bears in control, and it's like 51% bulls, 49% bears in control a lot of the time. But like when the bears take control, man, like they take control heavy, and they do a lot of stuff where it will look like it's a long, and then they'll trap you a lot on these downward moves, and it's pretty fascinating to watch. It's frustrating to be a part of, but it's fascinating to watch. Like it's almost mesmerizing to me, and amazing in the way that it gets done. I'm fascinated by it. I would love to become a market maker. Like of a lot of the jobs that I would love to do in my life, that is one that I would like to do before my time expires here on this earth. I would love to become a market maker. I think that would just be super fascinating work to do, to see how the charts are moved, to like sort of, the veil behind the curtains, so to speak, or the man behind the curtain, or whatever. I think that would just be incredibly fascinating work. If anybody has any connections out there that can hook me up with becoming a market maker, and learning whatever I need to know, if there's some school I got to go to or whatever the case may be, but I would love to do that kind of work. I think that would be just an incredibly fun and kind of fulfilling thing to do for a while during my time on this planet. I think it would be very fascinating to sort of sample the secret sauce, so to speak. Because sometimes like you'll look at the charts and you're like, this is totally a long, and like everything says it's a long, and you'll just watch it just like crumble down right like the moment under entry, and it's just like, how did that happen? Like how did that, like how did this lead to that? And a lot of times you'll look at it and like, that just didn't make sense. Like that should have been a long, like buyers should have been all over that, like, and maybe buyers were, but there was somebody at the, who had more buying or selling power to be able to push that down. And that's just really fascinating to know that there are people like that even exist, or groups like that even exist, and to watch it play out on the charts, it's just so interesting to me. We're getting a possible crossover right here. We did get a cyan switch, but very little momentum. I don't know. To me, I find it fascinating. It's not. I don't. I don't hate them. I don't love them. I don't have any feelings toward them. I can certainly get frustrated, obviously, if I'm losing money, but I don't feel like, I don't look at them and I'm not like, you're a big evil market maker. I don't think or feel in those terms. That's not who I am, mainly because it's just an incredibly negative way of thinking. And also it can trap you in sort of paranoia and conspiratorial thoughts. And that's just not some place that I want to be, because it's just incredibly, it just leads to negativity. But I think that watching how things work and operate and everything behind the scenes, and why this was said, or why this, move was made, and all those things, I find that just so interesting. Moving from 0.5 to 0.8 cyan on the 1 minute chart. Hitting resistance there, the EMA 35. You can see we tapped it once, or got really close to tapping it at 35.75. We did just get a 1226 cross. Sort of. I gotta get in here like super close. So 9's above 12. We got a 1226 cross. We have a cyan candle. So by all moving average indicators, including 912 and the 1226 crossover and the cyan, we should have a strong rip up. We are below the EMA 35 right here. So we may come into resistance there, just like we may come into resistance here at the 50. What would really give us strong indications of a trend reversal would be if this 35 crosses above this 50. That'll give us data for an upward trend reversal off these lows. We're coming up on 9 o'clock. So as we approach the top of the hour, we may also see some volume surges as well. Our sell order is there at 39 and a quarter. I might drop it to 39 exactly, actually. There's our resistance at the EMA 35. Again, that was to be expected. 0.9 to 1.3 to 1.6 on the TCM. I think I might take my profit right here. And I'll get back in if I see another opportunity. I took my profit basically because it could reject. It could reject fully at the EMA 35. It happens a lot, and it's one of the reasons why I use it. Is it acts as very strong support when we're in bullish form, and very strong resistance when we're in bearish form. So that's why I took that profit off. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to probably end the stream right there. Again, guys, we would love to have you in our Discord community. It's joelstraight.com/Discord. There's also a link in the description. You guys can also check out Elite Trader Funding if you'd like to earn funding in the futures market. You can get funded as low as 10K, as high as 300K. There is a link in the description for that, along with a promo code JSBEST to lock in a lifetime discount. The discount changes over time. I don't have control over what the rate is. It's usually a minimum of 25% off, but they do fluctuate it based when they have sales and things like that. But make sure that you enter that promo code in order to lock in a lifetime discount. And then, of course, you guys can also check out Apex Trader Funding as well. There's a link in the description for that. And Apex Trader Funding is here. I am currently testing these guys out. I'm testing the 50K account with them. They're offering 80% off right now, so you can get access to 50K for like $36. It's really inexpensive. But like I will say, I give them a 3 out of 5 on customer service. I give Ninja Trader like a 1 out of 5 on total. Like, I'll give it a 2 because it's low latency, but like a 2 out of 5 on software flexibility. And on overall design, I give them a 2 out of 5 on Apex. And then for interaction with community engagement, I give them also a 2 out of 5. So all the way across the board, nothing has stacked up to a 5 out of 5 other than the price and the payout structure. So those are the two things that I give them a 5 out of 5 on. Overall, as a company thus far, my experience, I give them a 3 out of 5. If you're comfortable, however, using NinjaTrader, or you're comfortable having very little community support from their community, obviously our community will support you as much as we can. Then, by all means, check them out. There's a link in the description for them as well. And I'm on that journey with them currently, but I have not taken any trades in my account, mainly because I'm still learning NinjaTrader. It is like learning Photoshop for the first time. It's just not intuitive or straightforward. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and jump off here. I want to thank each and every one of you for hanging out with us. I want to thank all 299 subscribers. We are one subscriber away. Refresh before I go. and just see if you hit that almighty 300. We have not. So if you're hanging out in the crowd, you have not subscribed yet, make sure you hit that subscription button. And we will see you guys tomorrow on Friday at 7:30 Pacific, 10:30 market time. Thank you guys so much for showing up. I love and appreciate each and every one of you. I will see you in the Discord community. Tough week for me on trading, but we'll come back next week with a really strong and solid and calm approach to this. So we'll see what tomorrow brings as well. Much love, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace.